noisy kittens. See if they have. Ouch! That's sharp. She's making biscuits on me with her untrimmed toenails. Alright, Bluebell. No squawking. Okay, she's fine. Oh my goodness. We're not allowed to do it. Okay, alrighty, okay. Don't make babies squawk. It's okay, little mama. I just have to weigh them. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made them squawk. Everybody must be smooshy. 116. Here you go. Here you go, mama. No making babies squawk. That is not allowed. 116. Oh, did I close my... Oh, what did I do? Flower 116. So that's up 4 grams. Sorry, little mama, I gotta do it. 114. Who are you smooching? There we go. You're so sweet. 114, right? So up 6 and up 4. Oh, you're so sweet. There's totally something in the wall. Some sort of wall rodent. Hi, little mama, you're so sweet. Sisko has been in the bunker, and then she went up and looked out the window for a while, and then she went back to the bunker. Look at the two little bums all lined up. They are on a heating pad in there, the kitten, Sisko's kittens, so they should be nice and warm. So we've got now 4, so we have 3 left to rotate in. So 2 more shifts. I don't want to have to go in there multiple times a day. But I do want to make sure that it would be nice if each kitten got 1 shift at the tip bar. And so we would have 4 rotations. So that would be every 6 hours, switching off. And hoping that Sisko, do you hear little baby purrs? They're so happy. They're so happy at their milk bar. These boys, Tip's boys, are very manly men. That's all I'm going to say about it. Very manly. Oh, look how cute. You're such a good mama. We're so lucky to have such a wonderful Tip mama. She's exceptional. Look how excited. Oh, it just kills me how excited they are to have consistent milk bar access. I'm hoping Sisko will come around. She's been a great mom. She's doing the best she can under incredibly stressful circumstances and a really intense labor. 8 kittens. And having the human predator come in more than I normally would have in the last 24 hours. She's doing great. And I have no way to check her to make sure she has, enough milk in and all that stuff. And so we don't really know anything over there. But it is really nice to be able to get her kittens supplemented over here. I just don't want to put too much of a burden on her, so maybe I'll only add 1 kitten in the next shift instead of 2. Or I could give her a break altogether and bottle feed the other ones. The other ones were fine. They weren't losing. Sisko is just going in. She's taking fairly long breaks in between, not super unusual. And I do think that in the wild, she would probably set up somewhere close to the nest so that she could protect them better, potentially. And I'm sure it's different per cat because Sloaney would sometimes sit on the nest and protect, and then sometimes she would run and hide somewhere nearby. And Sisko is less confident than Sloaney, so it makes sense that she's doing more hiding. She also had 8 kittens versus Sloaney's 4, so has every right to be overwhelmed and exhausted and scared. So I know it's hard. It may be hard to watch at times and not see Mama going in there. But she is going in there enough to keep their weights stable and slightly gaining, which is good. And I do think with a fewer number of kittens in there, that will continue to improve. So we'll just keep playing it by ear. That's what we have to do with the feral cats, because we don't know. We have limited information and limited access, so we just do the best we can. I wonder if little Miss Tip would enjoy some breakfast in bed in a tiny bowl, because I just happen to have a tiny bowl. Oh, you like the sound of that? What do you think? Oh, don't mind if I do. You deserve some breakfast in bed. How about we put it right there? Gotta keep up your strength with all this nursing, huh? Here, let me refill for you. Oh, so exciting. She does have food right outside her nest, but since she's trapped under babies, I thought I'd offer some. You're sweet, sweet. You're so wonderful. Yeah, that would be like half a can. She's such a good mama. Want some more? You're gonna have some good burps on camera, I think, after that. Chow fest, and I'm gonna have some food all over my fingers. That's right. If only Sisko would let me feed her breakfast in bed, I would be happy to do it. Let me see if I can get the other cabinet cam. Bluebell's like, could you please clean up your mess? Oh. Mm. Oh, here we go. I'm going to switch to the Sisko view. There she is, very comfy. Okay. Yes, and that's a good point too. We're learning a lot about feral cats. The whole point of broadcasting the whole feral cat experiment, even though it's difficult to watch sometimes, is so that we learn things. And I'm learning a lot every time with both mamas. I've learned a lot, and with Mila, I've learned a lot too. And it will help. Every experience helps uh, us gain a better understanding of feral cats and what their needs are, so that we can more compassionately care for them and give their babies a chance. The point of this is to have more options, so we don't have to just write the babies off when we trap pregnant cats. So it's definitely not for the faint of heart to follow along, but I do think that Sloanie's story was a huge success, even though it was hard to watch her at times too, knowing that she was stressed out and she was fearful, and this little belly. Bluebell's an upside down nurser. You're such a good mommy. Yeah, so it was hard to watch Sloanie, but for me, seeing her in the forest now and seeing how happy she is and how much more relaxed she is and how she plays now and she snuggles with the other cats now, and she wasn't able to do any of that before because she was always protecting babies, or having to mate and be in heat and then be pregnant and having to find food and worry about a safe place to have babies, and it's quite stressful for them. So I've seen firsthand the change in their life, how much better their lives are once they are spayed. And so even though it's hard to watch Sisko be afraid and be on the alert all the time, the end game, I guarantee the end game for her is going to be so much better. So if we can get through a few weeks of tough watching, we'll see her be so happy, and she won't have to worry about any of this again. And so I think that makes it worthwhile. Where are you going, Skipper? Skipper is out of here. I wonder who will be the first to escape. Thanks for CCing over there. The camera is not in here, and I don't know. I'm tired. I'm trying not to disturb Sisko as much as possible because I would like her to go. I would like her to go nurse them at some point soon. Ideally, they would be getting fed every, 2 to 4 hours. And we're more on closer to the 4-hour end of that, I think. Although overnight she did more feedings. But I know my visits are stressful. So it's a fine line. But I have to look after the welfare of kittens and make sure they're doing okay, particularly with what happened with Toothless, just to make sure that everyone else is developing as expected and that they have the best possible chance. And they're all doing very, very well. They're eating a lot. Mama Tip is feeding them like crazy because she's such a good mommy. She's taking such good care of them. And they're so cute. Yeah, see? Super so right. Ooh, squeaking babies are not tolerated in this room, right, Mama Tip? I didn't make him squeak though this time. No, it was not me. No, I would never do such a thing. Oh my goodness, they're just sucking you dry. You can take a break, little mama. It's okay to take a break, you know. You don't have to do this all the time. You're such a good mommy. They're very fat. These are very, let's show everyone, oh, I didn't know you were plugged in. Look at the wide, he's perfectly round in the middle with his little special tail. Oh, look at his little tail. So I measured their tails yesterday, and Mr. Hiccup's tail there is only 1.5 inches. And I think the longest was 2 3/8 inches or something like that. So he definitely has a very special little tail. Look at the little girls, the little Mountain View girls, hanging tough with the gigantic tiplets. And little Miss Eep has caught up with, she's caught up with the Mountain View kittens. She's gained, she went from 62 grams at birth, which was somewhat terrifying, to 106 grams on day, what is this, day 4? He's so sweet. So even though she's, you can still see a lot of her little pink skin showing through, and it will take some time before she has all of her fluff grow in. Look how pink she is. She's so pink, but she has such a big tummy. And her little white leg warmer is so cute and functional. Look, she's got matching white leg warmers. She's got one on this side, and she's got one on this side. They keep her legs warm so that she can dance. She's so cute. So, anyhow. Why would I measure their tails? Because I've noticed over the litters that some have really long tails and some have really short tails. And I'm just curious. I'm curious about, it's just one more piece of data. There's really no reason for it. Like the palindromes had such long tails and their mummy had a really short tail. Oh, bless you. Who was that? Was that you? Bluebell and Flower have gained weight. Let's see, they are up, Bluebell's up 6 grams and Flower is up 4 grams. And it's been, what, 11 days, well, about 2.5 hours. So they're not quite on the same schedule as the first two, but I suspect, I think Tip's kittens were sleeping a lot of the last 4-hour shift. So I think there's probably more milk drainage going on during this shift, because it takes a lot to maintain this perfectly round belly. So I probably will want to give Tip a little bit of a break at some point, because she's such a good mommy. She's just staying in there with them. And at some point, well, she did take a little bit of a, break when I came in. She was at the window. Oh, you're so sweet. So, you're so sweet. Such a good mama. We could not have asked for a more wonderful mama. Oh, you look at this. He's very manly. It's very impressive. Hi, tigress. All right. Oh, so sweet. Could they be any sweeter? Sweeter, That's better. We must get optimal camera angle. I think that's better. There we go. So sweet. All right. This definitely helps with all the hard stuff. Seeing how well all the others are doing and that they have a good chance makes it all worthwhile. Even though the hard parts are still hard. But it's a somewhat painful reminder about how important it is to spay and neuter. So help spread the word about spaying and neutering. And we can prevent more unwanted kittens from being conceived. Although these kittens are certainly wanted. But there are so many more that don't make it to us that we never even know about. And all that can be prevented by spaying and neutering. There's your PSA for the morning. Oh, some kittens are tricky to tell about genders. We had, if you remember Forrest, the little 8-week-old kitten from our um, TNR colony, the same place where Sisko came from, he came in super emaciated and dehydrated and cold and really bad shape, critical condition, and he was so emaciated we couldn't tell what we were looking at in the back. And then about a week later, it became apparent what was going on, that he was a boy. But there are definitely times when it's hard to tell. And some kittens are born smoother in the back than others, but you can see Skipper is definitely a boy. That is definite boy parts. And if you want to see what a girl looks like, that's a girl. Different, see? Although sometimes they have little, like you can see little bumps, and sometimes those are more pronounced and will occasionally look like testicles, even though they aren't. Anyway, there you go. It is so yeah, he's obviously a boy. It's not always so easy. It's not always so obvious, but you can usually tell easiest like right when they're born, or sometimes you have to wait a couple days and it becomes more obvious. So I will keep watching for Sisko to show up. She's still sleeping. She's got, I'm sure, a sleep deficit from being alert all the time and just the stress. And then 8 babies is a lot for her to have. Her body had to go through a lot to do that. And so she's been probably going on kitty adrenaline for a long time and just needs a lot of rest. So she is resting pretty comfortably. She's pretty relaxed, which is good. She's eating and drinking and doing all that stuff, and she is attending to the babies. She's just not spending her time in there. So they're fine. They have a nice warm heating pad in there. They have each other, and I am monitoring them more frequently than I otherwise would, just because she's not spending quite as much time in there as would be ideal. But it's not to a point where, I mean, she is caring for them, and she's doing the best job she can. She's doing actually imagine what all she must be going through, right? So considering her situation, she's doing a really, really good job. And she doesn't know that she will never have to go through this again, and she doesn't know that I'm not going to eat her babies at any moment. So she's just her survival mode has kicked in, and she's caring for the babies as best she can and trying to survive herself. So it's amazing that she's pushing through all of the fear and stress to actually care for the babies. And I am hoping that her hormones will kind of settle down a bit, and she'll get a little bit more rested, and only having 5 babies in the nest at a time will be less stressful for her. So I'm hoping that sort of catches up with her over the next couple of days. But until then, I will make sure that everyone's getting access to either Tip's wonderful milk bar, or I will supplement with the bottle if I need to. So that's the plan. All right, I'm gonna go have a snack, and I will see you all later. I guess I should tilt that a bit so that you can see the cuteness.